have had to sit down and ask myself some pretty hard questions. And to be quite honest, they're questions I struggled to answer. I am hoping by doing this video of me trying to get back into my fitness and health journey that I can inspire someone else also. As the title says, I am starting my health and fitness journey all over. I have struggled my entire life with weight loss and fitness. From a child, I was overweight. I was the chubby child. I remember my father paying me money if I would lose weight. He told me he would give me $1 per pound for me to lose weight. So I actually did it. He didn't think I would. I lost 60 pounds at about 17, and he had to pay me $60 because I lost 60 pounds. However, through the years, I had a baby and I gained that 60 pounds back, plus some probably. And when my son was about 2, I was going through a divorce. At that point, I had gained the weight back. Again, I go on another diet and I lose weight. Mind you, at this point, I'm 22, 3, 4, about 25. So I was younger. Weight was a lot easier to come off when I was young. When I was young, I could go on a calorie deficit and drop weight like that. Literally 60, 70 pounds just gone in 3, 4 months, but I was young. So pass a few more years and I gain the weight back because I'm not really changing my habits. I'll change the habits long enough to lose the weight. And then those bad habits just creep back in. And there's something in my head that's nagging constantly to eat, especially at night, where I try to say it's boredom. I get bored and I want to eat, but it's just this constant itch to eat something. And it's usually not healthy somethings. It's those cravings, they're uncontrollable. It's terrible sometimes. Flash to about 2015. I'm going to say 2015. A girl at work and myself joined a pretty tough gym. It was called Journey Fitness at the time. And they asked us some hard questions in our questionnaire there. And they are your why, what are your goals, how do you want to achieve these goals, things like that. And we wrote them down and we joined this, and it was very costly to join this gym, but it worked. So again, I lost weight. At this point, I'm 40s, but I lost that weight a lot slower than I did when I was younger. It took me over a year to lose probably 40 pounds. It took a long time. Was also implementing healthier habits at the time and sticking to them a little bit better. I think that plays, well, I know that plays a big role. Ended up having what's called IBS and pelvic inflammatory disease, and my uterus started literally falling out. I had a hysterectomy. When I had the hysterectomy, I pretty much stopped going to the gym. I could no longer really afford the price tag. It was like $180 a month to go to this gym. It was very accountable, like they held you accountable. And I was probably in the best shape of my life going to this gym. So it was well worth the money that you pay for it, because best shape of my life. But then I have my hysterectomy. I'm no longer going to the gym. I just kind of slugged. So here we are today. I have been off and on with fitness and diets, and I have lost, say, about 30 pounds since about 2 years ago. And I've done fairly well keeping that off. I've gained maybe 15 back. So I'm seeing that number transition back up. That's where I need to cut it. I need to stop. I need to get back on track. And I'm hoping that by vlogging this for my records and also sharing this with you, that I can also help someone else in this journey. I am going to document my journey along with any progress that I have. I'm going to go over today some of the hard questions that I had to ask myself, and I want to know, am I the only one that has trouble answering these questions? The first question, and I have my journal. I have a journal here. I actually sat down and answered these questions, and I'm not even gonna lie, I struggled. I had to ask ChatGPT a couple times, what are some good reasons? Because I couldn't think of frickin' one. Like, why are you worth it? I don't know. Why am I worth? I don't know. Why am I worthy? I don't know. I do so much negative self-talk that I can't even answer why I am worth it. How sad is that? And I need to change that for me. For nobody else, I want to change that for me. I deserve to feel better about myself, and I shouldn't struggle answering those questions. First question is, why do you want to reach your goal? And that's one I could answer. I want to feel better. I walk around anymore and I feel sluggish. I'm tired quick. I go up a flight of stairs and I'm out of breath. I just constantly am in this state of feeling like hell. My stomach always bothers me. I always have a stomach ache. I can't eat garlic and onions anymore because it gives me a horrible, horrible stomach ache. I just want to do this so I feel better. I try to tell my boyfriend, because when he comes on weekends, he's always telling me, oh, just eat this. We'll order this. Oh, just eat it. It's fine. Eat it. You know, don't worry about it. Eat it. I love you the way you are. But he doesn't understand the struggle I have inside, not only with self-worth, but once I start eating things like that, I can't stop. Like, I can't control myself. People say portion control. If I eat certain things, I cannot stop. It's like a drug. It's literally like a addictive drug that once you start, you cannot stop. I'm gonna reckon it to a cigarette. Cigarette smoking is probably one of the hardest addictions to quit. I do smoke, and I've tried to quit a couple times, and it is hard, and I've gone back. But food addiction is just as hard, because you can't walk away from food. You could walk away from cigarettes. If you had that mindset, you could walk away, never touch another cigarette, and be okay. Food, you cannot. You literally have to fuel your body with food. You have to eat every day, because if you don't, then you're not healthy. You're not gonna feel good. You're gonna be sick. It's a whole host of things, and eventually you're gonna die because you need food to live. So food addiction is real. You can't walk away from that. One of the items I struggle with is peanut butter. If I eat even a little fraction of peanut butter, I cannot stop until I have eaten probably an entire jar, and I usually feel sick to my stomach afterwards. But it's one of those things that I struggle to put down once I start. And my boyfriend doesn't understand the concept that I just don't feel good. Like, I don't feel like me. So eating those foods while he can do it because he's skinny and they don't affect him that way, I can't, because it makes me feel like shit. Not mincing words. I feel like shit. I don't like being this heavy, but most of all, I don't like feeling like shit. So I'm trying to make him understand that, and that's a process in its own. The biggest why is because I want to feel better. I definitely want to be stronger, and I want to be tighter. I want to tone my muscles and also help with aging. Now, I'm 55. Obviously, being overweight at 55 isn't good for your overall health either. I'm not getting any damn younger here. I need to get my game going, and I need to stay on it and stay successful for the rest of my life, however long that may be. What does progress over perfection mean to me? I struggled a little with this question too. but I could answer this one a little bit easier. How I'm putting it is, I feel like I need to be kinder to myself. I need to take the little progress that I get, be happy with that as progress. An example, not weigh myself, because the scales don't budge. Like, I would step on a scale and it won't budge. I can go a month, the scale hasn't budged. So rather than judging my progress from the scale, I want to judge my progress by something that I can do tomorrow that I couldn't do today. Maybe today I walk a half a mile, and next week I can walk a mile, which I can walk more than that right now, but example. That to me is progress. So I'm not striving for perfection, and this is psychological. I have to continue to put that in my head. I'm not going for progress, but I am going for, no, no. See, ingrained. I am going for progress, not perfection. I'm going to measure every win. So if I lift 5 pounds today and next week I can bicep curl 10 pounds, that's a win. That's progress. I'm not looking for perfection. I don't want to be skinny. Like, I don't want to be high school 120 pounds again, because I don't think, for me, that looks that good. I like to have a little bit of meat on my bone, but I would like to be back to about 150, 160. I feel that would be a happy weight for me. And this is another hurdle. I say that, and then I get there, and then I'm still not ever happy. Something I need to work on mentally too is being happy where I am. This is another hurdle that I'm going to have to try and cross during this journey. Next question is, how will I motivate myself when I need it throughout the year? I struggled answering this question also. How do you motivate yourself? I had to scroll the internet and get some ideas of, all right, well, how am I going to motivate myself? Because I used to do it. This is the crazy part. I used to do it. I used to be able to answer these questions right off the top of my head back when I was doing it and living it. But I haven't lived it in so long that it's like everything has just been erased from my mind. It's crazy. Anyway, and I started last night, I listened to 2 podcasts on Apple Podcasts, and I searched health and fitness, and I found a couple of inspirational podcasts on health and fitness and things that you can do to motivate yourself, or little tips and tricks for weight loss along the way. Is one way I am going to motivate myself to keep going is either listening to podcasts or reading books on fitness. I'd like to read a chapter or 2 of a book, or listen to 1 podcast a day. Another way is, well, I learned this from the podcast, is in the morning when you wake up, put on a song. If you do nothing else for movement that day, put on your favorite song and dance to it. Before you do anything else, just 1 song, dance to that song. That's something I want to implement. Another way is taking out my workout clothes the night before. As you can see over here, I am addicted to workout leggings and fitness clothing because I want it to motivate and inspire me to work out. I am going to start taking out an outfit every day before I go to bed. So this outfit here, I will show you over here. This is my body. I have too much going on here. Since the hysterectomy, that has gotten worse. I've never had so much in the midsection before my hysterectomy. I'm wearing Lululemon leggings in the Aligns, and this is Fabletics. I picked this out last night, so I knew exactly what I was going to wear today, and that did help. So I got up, I had my coffee, and I'm recording. I had a protein shake, and I'm recording. So it got me a little bit more motivated to get up, get dressed, and get moving. I've been in a depression slump lately, and the struggle is real. Next thing, I have to try and remember that everybody has a bad day. I have to tell myself that if you have a bad day, it's fine. It's no big deal. I've got to be kinder to myself and just pick myself back up, and rather it be tomorrow or the next day, just pick myself back up and get back into the swing of things. How will I feel when I've reached these goals? You can always say how you think you're going to feel, but I know from past experiences when I've lost the weight, I've been happier in my own body and my own skin. I've felt more confident. I've had that more confidence about me than I do now. Really feel healthy or happy. You might feel healthy. Hopefully I'll feel healthy. But are we ever really happy? I think we are ingrained to just never really be happy with what we have. That's another thing I want to work on, is appreciating the small things and appreciating myself, appreciating my body, and know that my body deserves this. New habits will I create to achieve progress in each of my goals? This one, I think, making daily goals. So small daily goals, rather than saying, all right, I want to lose 5 pounds this week. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put that stress on myself. It's too stressful. You step on the scale and it hasn't budged, and then you're depressed and you want to eat. And that's just a whole can of worms that I don't want to get into. So I am going to set daily goals for myself, such as today. My goal for today is to drink at least a half a gallon of water. If I do nothing else today, I want to drink at least a half a gallon of water today. I would like to set a daily goal of at least getting up and doing, even if it's 10 minutes of exercise, and that could just be a walk. I have a Peloton. I have all the exercise equipment that I need right here in my house. I have no excuse. I need to get up for at least 10 minutes a day and work out. To perhaps practice mindful eating, where you actually eat slower and chew your food thoroughly before you swallow. It's supposed to make a brain-stomach connection where your brain tells you you're full before your stomach does, if that makes sense. I'll put over here exactly what that's about. The hardest questions I had to answer was remind myself why I am worthy of this effort. This is the question I struggled with. Why? Why am I worthy? I tell myself almost on a daily basis that I'm not worthy. My mother used to tell me when I was younger that I was worthless and that I would never amount to anything. And mind you, I loved my mother. She was not a bad mom by no means, but mentally, she really messed me up mentally. She would tell me that I was worthless, I was no good, I'd never amount to anything, I couldn't do anything right, those types of things. So, and that hurts when you're a child and it's coming from your own mother that you love with all your heart. Like, that hurts. Why am I worthy? Struggle answering that. I don't know. Am I worthy? How am I worthy? Only thing I can come up with is that my body deserves to be worthy. I'm 55 years old. I'm still living, and I want my body to move. I want my body to do what it was designed to do 55 years ago when I was born. I deserve to have a healthy body that will move and can move fluidly without feeling like shit, basically. I deserve to be strong. Literally had to chat GPT this stuff to find out what are reasons why I'm worthy. That's how bad this is. Like, that's how bad. I had to chat GPT. Why? And these are some ones that I could resonate with. I deserve to be healthy and happy. My body deserves care and respect, and my mental health matters. It does. And I think that eating right and getting the proper exercise and nutrition also does help your mental health. I notice a huge spike when I work out versus when I'm not. I notice a huge spike of my confidence and just overall how I feel about myself. One quote I heard in the podcast I was listening to last night was, "Life is too short for average. Be bold, fight normal." I really liked that quote, so I'm going to hold on to that and I'm going to keep that through this journey. There is my story so far. I am embarking on this journey to be a stronger version of myself, stronger, healthier version of myself. That's what I want. I hope that my story can resonate with somebody. I hope that by me sharing my journey, someone else feels comfortable to share theirs. And I hope that people will resonate with what I'm saying. I find it hard to believe I'm the only person that has ever gone through these same exact struggles. I'm not the only person. It's another thing that kind of motivates me, is knowing that I'm not alone. There are other people out there that are going through similar things. I'm not alone, and that brings me to sharing my story with you all. So hopefully I can motivate you a little too, to embark on your own journey and come with me on mine. I will be tracking my progress, and I'll be tracking different little things. I don't know if I'll be doing it daily, probably not daily, to try to update weekly on it. It might be a little vlog, it might be, something else, but I will try to give updates on how I did throughout each week. And I just want to document it also for my own self, so I have that journal rather than just keeping everything written down in this journal. I would like to have a video journal also. I think it might be helpful. Especially, I struggle to see results on myself. So if I'm not going to focus on a scale, because I want to take the scale out of the equation as much as possible. I don't like the scale. I don't like it at all. Like, the scale lies. As far as I'm concerned, the scale lies. They say muscle weighs more than fat. And I believe that concept. I'm not saying I don't believe that concept. However, in the beginning, people typically lose more weight versus gaining muscle in the beginning. That scale's not budging in the beginning. Chances are good that you haven't gained muscle that weighs more than your fat at that point. After a week, that scale has not gone down. That just pisses me off. People will say, well, muscle weighs more than fat. Yes, this is true, but it's only been a week. So right now, I am going to lose fat quicker than I am going to build muscle. So the scale should go down, and it doesn't. And I obsess over it. So I am taking the scale out of the equation. It's not going to be in the equation. I am going to measure on how I look. I do at least want to get in weekly and do a progress video of what I'm looking like that week. I struggle seeing the changes in myself. Even when I lost 30 pounds, I could not see it. Like, I would look at myself in the mirror and think I looked the same. I felt like my clothes didn't really fit any better, and I didn't see that progress or that change. But other people would say, yeah, I notice it. I see it. You've lost it here or there, but I don't see it. So that's why video will be handy for me, so I can weekly do a little update, even if that's all I do a little update of how I look for that week. That might help me progress-wise, so I can see that I'm progressing visually on camera. That is where I am today, restarting my fitness journey. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you would take a moment and just subscribe to my channel. It helps me out. It lets YouTube push my videos out a little more. Also, if you can just like the video and share it around, because I also want to help other people and hopefully motivate somebody else to start their own journey. Somebody else who suffers with weight and mental health issues and just not feeling worthy. So please share my video. share my story, and I will be seeing you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye.